What is Reformation? Martin Luther, William Miller, Calvin are called reformers. But is that true after all we are facing today? In churches which they created, there are so many things which we are facing today, like this.
Is this heaven?
Yes!
Is it heaven?
Yes!
Are we teaching the truth in love? Telling it like it is. Are we holding pure motives, showing that we care? Are we teaching the truth?
Welcome once again, and today we are going to learn about Reformation. Most of us knows about this verse of Matthew chapter 7 verse 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. And the problem is that each denomination is pointing at someone else to say that this one or that one is the one who is the false prophet. So how are we going to know who is the real false prophet? You might have this question also, but I hope today we are going to get an answer. Before we know what is Reformation, we need to know what these people reformed so that we can know also what can we reform on our time. And for that, we need to know first who is the false prophet. Matthew chapter 24 verse 5 and 11 says, "For many shall come in my name, saying I am Christ, and shall deceive many." Verse 11, "And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many." There is one word which is coming often, is the word many. Why would Jesus emphasize more on the word many? This means it's a characteristic of that false prophet. And among the characteristic of false prophet is that they will be followed by many. And let's see now other characteristics. They will be looking for money. If we see in Micah chapter 3 verse 5, it says, "Thus saith the Lord concerning the prophet that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace, and he that putteth not into their mouth, they even prepare war against him." As looking for money is their goal, so they always try to find a way of getting money. Some of them create fake things which have never even existed. Some of them say that they want to help the world, creating this and that, saying that they're going to help the world when they're buying very expensive stuff for themselves. One other characteristic is that they always look for honor. If you read in Ezekiel chapter 34 verse 1 to 3, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherd of Israel, prophesy, and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God unto the shepherd, Woe be unto the shepherd of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherd feed the flocks? Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock." Matthew chapter 23 verse 8 to 11. "But be not called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Neither be called masters, for one is your master, even Christ. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant." So we see that there is no one who should be having a certain title or honor in the church. But what we are facing today is different. So another thing which is a characteristic of these false teachers or false prophets is that we have also false teachings. And among those false teachings, there are some teachings which says that there is still no law which exists. But if you read Romans chapter 7 verse 7, it says, "What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law. For I had not known lust, except the law had said, Thou shalt not covet." Also in Matthew chapter 5 verse 18, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one little shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled." So we can clearly see that the law should be practiced. So all those who say that there is still no law which exists, they are not telling the truth. One other characteristic is that they claim being owners of God's money. But if you read in Deuteronomy 26 verse 12, it says, "When thou hast made an end of tithing, and all the tithe of thine increase the third year, which is the year of tithing, and hast given it unto the Levites, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, that they may eat within thy gates and be filled. So we can see from here that the money which is given as tithe or offering to God is supposed to go to Levites, to fatherless, to widow, to homeless. If you can take it in our current case of people today who doesn't have homes, those are the people who should benefit on the offering, not it to be a salary of only one person. And of course, this is one of the things which have been changed, and church today became now a business of some people. All these characters are found now in groups which are called denominations, and they are divided, all of them according to what they think is right. And today Christians are not following the truth, but they want just to go where they think they can feel comfortable, looking for luxury, for what is most known. In Luther's time, after discovering what was the mistake of the church, he decided to expose it and go out. And that was right, because you can't stay somewhere where you see their mistakes. And from there, he was called a reformer, because he wanted to reform or come back to the first century church. Taking it to this time, we have almost the similar situation, and we need a solution about that. Are we still Christians, or there is something which we need to change? Denominations can look good, can look having something which is right, but did Jesus leave any denomination here on earth? The answer is no. So we have only one thing to do, is coming back to the church which was done before. And that's why what we are trying to do is called now Reformation. Because in Reformation, what we do is not come back to the early church. If we stay together, just subscribe on the channel and we'll be learning new more to know what is the real Reformation. If you read in Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 16, thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old path, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. So I kindly ask you to subscribe on the channel and share with people who want to know the truth. Thank you. God bless you, and hope to see you next time.